Welcome back, and I want to extend a very nice welcome to Alison Maloney, Echo 360's Director of Professional Learning. It's so great to have you here all the way from Australia.
Thanks so much, Catherine. It is amazing to be here.
Before we get into all the cool stuff that you did yesterday, Alison, at our pre-conference customer workshop, and hear about the exciting work you're leading with Echo 360's new EchoProfessional Learning, how about that Derek Breff? Wasn't he awesome?
Oh, he's amazing. I absolutely loved it. You know, he's such an advocate for specific intentional use of technology in the classroom, and not tech for tech's sake, but tech for learning's sake. So it's a huge cue that we were able to nab him for our opening keynote.
Oh, I agree so much. I mean, Echo 360 was really one of the first to bring this technology of audience response systems to the classrooms. And of course, it's evolved so much over time. Our Echo Poll solution is a great example of that. But the principles behind active learning and effective learner engagement still apply. For those that want to complete the assignment that Derek mentioned in his remarks, we'll be sharing the access code for that assignment later today. You'll have until the end of the month to complete it. So don't worry. If you want to complete it today, or you want to complete it next week, or even in 3 weeks, you'll be able to do so. And that's the beauty of the system.
Yes, I loved how he incorporated the assignment feature into his presentation. And speaking of EchoPoll, here's another EchoPoll opportunity for you. Based on Derek's presentation, how can intentional tech help you achieve the outcomes you're seeking? You can type in your free-form response now, and then we'll display your input as a word cloud. Let's check out the common themes.
I see a lot of things coming in, which is great. I see, it's very, very interesting, some of those responses. We see higher engagement. We see examples are great. I completely agree about the examples as well. So, very, very interesting comments, and just a great way to start the day. So we'll be moving on now from the polling. And Alison, I'd love to have you tell us a little bit about your day yesterday, which was with some of our most active, interested customers and some really great guests you brought into the virtual room to share their best practices.
Yeah, thanks, Catherine. Yesterday was great. A few years ago, I was able to hear from Professor Parama Chowdhury, and she talked about the 5 elements that she thought were really critical after COVID for us all to kind of keep in our pocket. And so we were able to get 5 speakers to speak on some of those elements. So all of those elements. So, things like ease of use and flexibility, and of course engagement. I think one of the highlights for me that really stood out was that even though we had all different people from different countries, different universities, they talked about different elements, what was the thread that went through all of them was equity and also students at the center of learning. I heard that from all of them, and I thought that was a really great through line.
I thought so too. And again, seeing some of the things coming in on the polling, fantastic. We're going to close the poll now. And just thinking a little bit more about yesterday, that it was just for customers. It was exclusive, which I think is really awesome. So if you're a customer, you get a little bit of new interesting things coming your way on our day 1 Echo experience, as always. That's a really great segue, though, for you to tell us a little bit more about the work that you're leading now for Echo 360 and our customers with EchoProfessional Learning.
Yeah, thanks, Catherine. I'm really excited about this. Professional learning is in my heart. And so, we've got these amazing partnerships with the people that use our products. I think, Echo 360 is known for those partnerships. And so what we're looking to do now is to actually extend that. We've always been great at our customer support. We've always given amazing training for how to use our technology. And what we want to do now is really bring out more of the why we're using the technology and how we're using it, the types of things that we just heard Derek reference, the pedagogy and the andragogy behind why we're doing what we're doing with our students. So, we've got all these amazing customers. They have so much knowledge. They're thought leaders in education, and EchoProfessional Learning is going to allow us to kind of bring them together in a number of different ways, and it's going to allow us the opportunity to both be inspired and also to inspire others.
Yeah, yesterday's workshop was just really such a great example of exactly how EchoProfessional Learning will engage and inspire our customers on that deeper level. It will inspire us within Echo 360 as well. What are some other examples, though, Alison, that you'd want to maybe talk about that are also going to do the same?
Yeah, one of the things that we've been doing in our APAC region that I'm now really excited to be doing with North America and also with EMEA is we're actually going to be running some regional workshops. And these workshops are designed deliberately to be small. So we have 20 to 30 people from learning and teaching come together. And again, as I said before, I'm not there to talk about which button to press to make the product work. What we want to talk about is how people are using the Echo 360 resources, what they're doing, how students are reacting, and we're gonna get in and actually have some deliberate conversations about what we can do, how we can do it better, how we can inspire each other. So there'll be that. The other thing that we're going to be wanting to do is grab some of those thought leaders, not obviously physically, get hold of some of those thought leaders and actually interview them, get them on camera talking about why they do what they do. We've got some amazing examples, people like Dr. Emily Nordman from the UK, who is actually, she's created this opportunity where the students all watch her pre-recorded videos at once, and then they use the chat. So, you know, it's that kind of opportunity that we're seeing, and we want to be able to share that. So there's also, of course, going to continue to be webinars. We've got I mentioned yesterday about this engagement index, what we can do with that. And we're going to continue to go with our workshops around things like the grants. We heard, anyone that was here yesterday heard from Ben Vicalis, a senior teaching fellow at the University of Otago, and he talked about how a lot of the change that he's was able to do actually started by being part of our grants program, again, where we get 10 to 12 people together and they share what they're doing. There's this opportunity for them to say, hey, I'm no longer alone, particularly if there's someone who's starting to do something new. So, you know, I'm really excited about that, and, you know, I think we're going to talk a little bit more about the grants program later.
Yeah, well, speaking of that grants program, you're going to be announcing the 2023 E3 grant winners a little bit later, which I think is going to be so exciting. And again, just so inspiring to hear from folks who have been grant winners from last year and how they were inspired to do various things with our platforms and our tools, and then they inspired us to do more with them as well. So as the leader of this now formalized professional learning initiative here at Echo 360, what are you most excited about, and how do customers get involved if they're interested and excited as well?
Oh, Catherine, that's a difficult question, because you know I'm going to say all of it, because it all has so much impact potential. But I think the opportunity to be able to expand our reach, to gather and share more success stories, as I said, get these thought leaders together, get them sharing ideas, and give us the opportunity to share their ideas more broadly. So, you know, it's about providing a platform for those champion instructors to take their ideas and impact to the next level. So, you know, there's going to be lots of ways for people to participate. As I said, I'm going to be running a couple of workshops here. We'll be in Cincinnati, we'll be in Boston, I'm going to be in London then, and then in Edinburgh. So, you know, people will be invited to join us at those workshops. There's no cost. What we really want is just to hear from you. There are also going to be ways to participate. As I said, we want to tell your story and also to apply for the grants. So you will start seeing us talking about the grants. And one of the things I just want to say there is, it is really about what you want to do. Don't feel like it has to be about research. If you've got an idea like Ben Vicalis did about something you want to do differently, then get in touch with your customer success manager or your account manager, or, you know, email me. I'd love to hear from you.
You know, it's so super exciting, Alison, and I'm just so glad that you're at the helm. Just very exciting. But now, you know, I have the pleasure of introducing our next keynote. Our first of two today that will talk about what all of us are thinking about, generative AI, and the role it's playing and will play, particularly in education. Jesus Gomez is one of the industry leads at Google Cloud Public Sector. And yes, you heard me right, Google Cloud Public Sector, leading the definition and implementation of the go-to-market strategy and next-generation solutions for digital natives. The Echo 360 product and engineering teams have been working very closely with partners like Jesus and Google for a while now, exploring how we will be able to utilize this exciting technology within our ecosystem. And we are thrilled to have Jesus here today to share how Google is thinking about AI, what they're developing AI, and the positive impact it will have on education and subsequently on you as customers who are utilizing any of the ecosystem products. With that, I want to say, welcome, Jesus.